Live action animes. 3 words that can collapse any anime fan. From the dozen of animes that have been butchered by live action adaptations, I've never watched a single one. I don't see the value of watching any of it. Do you see some of these live action animes? They are ridiculous. But my mother is someone that loves live action anime movies for some reason. My mom watched the entire live action Full Metal Alchemist trilogy, the Bleach live action, and the Death Note live action. And when I told her to try watching the animes too, it was a no. So I know people that will watch live action over anime and can see the appeal for it. But when I saw the news of Disney making a new Dragon Ball live action, I remember the amount of hate the original one got. Dragon Ball Evolution was that live action, being released in 2009, where we know only good live actions were made, and had a $100 million budget. It got scores of 2.5 from IMDb, 15% from Rotten Tomato, and a lot more bad scores all around. It's genuinely hated by every Dragon Ball fan I've ever seen. And as someone whose first interaction with any anime was Dragon Ball Z, meaning it has a special place in my heart, I have to check it out and see, was the worst live action anime really that bad? I wasn't expecting a whole lot from a cover that looks like this, but I had some hope. Maybe they can't mess up everything. I was so wrong. I'ma cut to the chase. It is simply one of the worst films I have ever seen in my life. I don't know how you see Dragon Ball and make this movie. So let's go through all the long list of problems, starting with the story. Not only in the first part of the movie was Goku somehow a loner loser getting bullied in high school, he was also getting cucked by Chi-Chi. Hold on! The same Chi-Chi in Dragon Ball that only loves Goku and wanted to marry him since they were kids? And Goku being picked on and wanting to fit in with bullies. In what timeline do these ideas come from? But the story only gets worse from there, cause they keep trying to make Goku seem cool, which is crazy because Goku naturally, he's him. But this live action Goku? Nah. But he gets sad cause his gramps got off by is that Piccolo? He got off by Piccolo, and then Bulma jumped him because she thinks Goku stole the Dragon Balls from her. But they team up, and he's on the quest to find the 7 Dragon Balls, or Piccolo and Uzaru were coming to Earth and destroying everything. Something like that. But before anything else happened, there was this weird romance subplot with Chi-Chi and Goku. Because of course Dragon Ball needs a romance story. But after meeting Roshi and Yamcha and getting some training and whatever this was, Goku and Piccolo fight and he wins cool fight and gets girl. Yay! This sucked. The story was so bland through the entire thing. It felt like it wasn't even a movie about Dragon Ball. Like, yeah, there's the Dragon Balls and the character names, but the story didn't feel like Dragon Ball. They changed so much things that were important to the story. I last watched Dragon Ball 11 years ago, and I know what's missing. It is no way close to being a faithful adaptation. Like the timing of Goku and Chi-Chi meeting, Goku's reason for turning into a great ape, Goku struggling, making Goku Ozaru for some reason, and making him a servant for Piccolo, the Kamehameha having healing abilities, And they even changed his fit. Nothing was safe. Not even the names. They changed Roshi's name if you didn't know. This was just a movie, they slapped Dragon Ball's name on it. Cause the main writer admitted to not watching any bit of Dragon Ball. So please tell me how you made this. By scrolling through Wikipedia? They even refused to listen to Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, telling him to leave them alone because he was saying things need to be changed in the script to make it Dragon Ball. So I was reading the original script while editing because I just randomly found it out. And the original is somehow worse than the entire movie. Because Chi-Chi's name isn't even Chi-Chi, it's Kira Palu. Goku got bullied more, and some of the worst dialogue I've ever seen in my entire life appeared in this script. How can you create something so bad? Did they hit their head while making this movie? Because what level of ignorance was going on? I'll tell y'all later. But the story wasn't even close to being the worst part. It was the characters. Goku's character was cooked, ruined, destroyed. He goes to American high school and is some love-struck teen with knowledge in tech. Instead of being a dude with rocks for brain that loves punching, they changed his entire personality. It did a complete 360. They made Goku corny. How do you make Goku corny? Also, they made him fall in love with Chi-Chi before she did and made that such a big point they wanted to hammer in. They Americanized Son Goku. No offense to the actor that played Goku at all, but how do you look at him, look at Goku, look at him again, and decide he should play Goku? He looks like he should be in the show Suits instead. But Goku is not the worst character translated. It's King Piccolo. Cause who the f is this? You notice the difference between the two, right? It's the antennas. Nah, I'm just joking. But why did they do this to Piccolo? Why does he look so ugly? I read somewhere that James Masters, the actor for Piccolo, had to fight the writer to get King Piccolo's green skin. Why? Someone please explain to me why they would argue that. And every other character had something changed about them, slight or not. They retooled and changed a lot. And some characters, like Krillin, were sent to the Shadow Realms. Listen, the movie would have been 10 times funnier if Danny DeVito was Krillin. Just saying. But with everything wrong with the anime, the fights can't be that bad. Right? Wrong. The CGI was ass. I don't know why the background looked off 90% of the film, especially the fights. Like, you can tell this was done in a studio. But it's not like Hollywood can get that right today. And don't get me started on Uzaru. That's a 6'5" ape. That is nowhere near the manga height, and it's ugly and way less intimidating. That whole fight scene was trash, as well as the other CGI blunders and obvious string pulls. The fights are bad. None of them feel like Dragon Ball. It feels like those low-budget kung fu movie from the 80s. Goku didn't have his cool powers. They weren't fighting in the sky. They weren't fighting any bit fast. There was like no impact moments besides the one Kamehameha. There was little to no good action. Maybe like one sequence or two, but everything else was trash. I don't know how you make such a bad live action that James Masters, who's a big DB fan, to say sorry, voiced the role of Zamsu for free. As well as making every Dragon Ball fan hate the fact that this exists, and making Toriyama come back from retirement to direct a movie of his own because he hated it so much. Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods, and led to the creation of Dragon Ball Super. So we would have never gotten Ultra Instinct if it wasn't for this trash live action. So that's the only good thing it produced. But how did Fox make such a movie? You have to mess up a lot of things to make this go wrong. It's Dragon Ball. People would love to watch a movie of the biggest anime of all time. Simply, Fox lied and wanted a cash grab. You know when I said earlier that the budget was $100 million? It was not. It was more of a $30 million budget, and they lied to the actors about the budget and cut multiple characters and anthropomorphic animals because of it. Also, they made Dragon Ball in 2008 because with the 2007-2008 Writers of America strike, Fox needed a film that would make money and didn't need much of a script. That's when they found the 2002 Dust Files of them having the rights for a Dragon Ball live action if it was ever made. And this came out. A disappointing and disgraceful film to a legendary anime and mangaka. This is the worst anime live action of all time and is so detached from everything that is Dragon Ball. Thank you for watching. Even though this is a bit longer video, I appreciate y'all and can't wait for all the new animes that are coming out that we'll talk about soon enough. Love y'all as always, and peace.